Let's turn to Australia now, where police investigating the disappearance of a 12-year-old girl following a crocodile attack have found human remains. The girl was reportedly attacked while swimming in a creek with her family near a remote town south of Darwin in the Northern Territory. The area is home to an estimated 100,000 saltwater crocodiles, more than anywhere else in the world. Well, let's cross over to Sydney to speak to our correspondent, Katie Watson, who joins us live. And Katie, yesterday we were talking about the search for this young child. Today, the grimmest of news.
Absolutely. As you said, the fact that the remains of what's believed to be the 12-year-old child who disappeared, the police have said, obviously it's devastating news for the family, for the community who's been searching, and they're providing support for the community. As many as 40 people from the community helped police. They helped the search on foot, on boat, with helicopters, but it was difficult terrain. It was very thick vegetation, narrow, winding waterways, and obviously this awful news. The first fatal attack by a crocodile in the Northern Territory since 2018.
And this is an area I mentioned, home to an estimated 100,000 of these saltwater crocodiles. Just talk us through the types of creeks that this family were apparently swimming in.
Well, the police have said that they believe there was a black crocodile in the area. Now, we've got no details about the crocodile, whether they found the crocodile thought to be connected to the attack. But earlier, the police said that they had permission from a wildlife officer to remove the animal from the area. And that is something that is common, especially with the number of crocodiles. The population has soared. In fact, it's in the 1970s, they banned hunting. And at the time, there were about 3,000 crocodiles in the area, and that's now soared to over 100,000 crocodiles. So it's a huge state with a massive amount of crocodiles. Now, saltwater crocodiles are seen as amongst the most aggressive. They can grow up to 6 meters long, but a typical male is about just over 3 meters, and they can weigh 1 ton. And it's very common to have saltwater crocodiles in the waterways, and lots of people cooling off, especially in the summer, jumping into the waterways to be able to cool off from the intense heat. But of course, it comes with risks, and that's something that's there have been warnings about that. But of course, it's a way of life for so many people in that extraordinary heat up in the northern part of Australia.
Well, just on that, how common is it? It sounds like people do go swimming in these types of creeks quite regularly. I'm assuming that local people are knowledgeable about the risks that they're taking, given the amount of these saltwater crocodiles in this area.
Yeah, I think people are knowledgeable of the risks. It's something that I think Australians perhaps live much more closely and accept that they're living closely to the crocodiles. But of course, it does come with risks, and that's something that has been reiterated with this fatal attack. Now, as I said, it was the first fatal attack since 2018. Further south in Queensland, there have been more attacks there, but of course it brings that debate, a really contentious debate about obviously preserving and conservation of crocodiles, but at the same time that kind of living side by side with human activity, of course, comes with extreme risks.
Katie, as always, thank you very much for bringing us up to date. Katie Watson there, live from Sydney, on that just update on that story that police investigating the disappearance of that 12-year-old girl following a crocodile attack have indeed found remains.